Good morning, sir, and happy new month.
Good morning.
Welcome to Kasari 2025. Your Tara is giving proudly Nigerian citizen. Thank you very much, sir. So please, can we know you?
My name is Adewale Anthony Adebiwa, the director of Hybrid Academy, Sule.
Wow. Director
Hybrid Academy,
of Bid Academy. Nice meeting you, sir. So please, can you tell us what you have for us for Catalyst Conference 2025?
As I was briefed, the team is upgrade, and I was asked to come share a little insight on how humans or people, even the youth, the adults, can as well upgrade their life. It's something that some of us are passionate about. That at least we should always be conscious of upgrading ourselves.
Wow, this is so powerful. I can't really wait for the unboxing. Thank you
That's
very
fine.
much.
So my name is Adewale Anthony Adebiwa. I'm a graduate of Surveying and Geoinformatics Engineering. That's from University of Lagos School of First Choice. So for some of you that might want to go to University of Lagos, that's the we as we used to say it, we said we have two universities in Nigeria, Unilag and the rest. I also the director of IBID Academy Sule, a tutorial center that we've produced a lot of students in this community, transformed a lot of lives. I was so happy walking into this place and I saw some of my ex-students greeting and all stressed. So, and at a particular point in the journey of life in the year 2025, councillor in this our local government. The rest, let's say, is history. So it's going to be a transformative experience for all of us today. And I'm happy on one end in the sense that, when I was coming, I had this mixed feeling, trying to know the people we want to come and talk to. And one of the greatest joy I encountered is now saying that it's majorly young ones because that is something I'm so passionate about. I fast through a journey of life that most times I always speak to the subconscious of the young ones so that they can see reason why they need to upgrade their life as quick as possible. So thank you. We'll get to know each other when we start. But when it comes to serious business, we'll adjust a bit. Thank you for the introduction. Or let's say, the way they used to, when you are invited to a program, there's a natural, or let me say, approach at which many people do. You thank. So let me go by that same analogy as well. So I want to say a very big thank you to Pastor Femi. That Pastor Femi is heavy in my mouth too, because me is Brother Femi that I know him as. I think I've known him now, if I'm not mistaken, right for when they gave birth to you. Because his younger brother was a very close friend of mine, although he's been long ahead from me. And while we were growing up, it happens to be one of those uncles in the community. We want to invite you to come and speak somewhere. You want to invite you to come and speak somewhere. But our life will have it. It's shifted now. That the point that is not the one inviting us to come and do us to come and speak. So please let's appreciate Pastor Femi. Have us everywhere. I'll change it to the So, but I believe you guys can still do better than that. So let's start my hands. Why I was invited to come and speak at this program? Sincerely, before man and God. Okay, we are even inside the church, so I was confused in it. That what do I want to come and say? All my life, to some extent, I'm someone that is so passionate about young people, youth, teenagers. Maybe because of journey of life and nature of my business, I just want to see young people succeed. Whether I'm gonna get any reward thereafter or not, my primary focus is to see young people succeed. So when they sent in the invite and they were like, okay, we're going to be speaking, so I was already envisaging some category of people. But when God will happen, They now brought my own category of people. So when he was talking about doing what he knows how to do best, focusing on the area at which God called him at the beginning of his life, before he upgraded to, because all of us are upgrading. I said that in my mind, I said, wow, thank God that finally you're working in life. Even up to this morning, my wife asked me, said, oh, have you prepared what you want to go and say? I said, I don't even know. But you know, the moment I saw this people here, for why? We already know what we want to come and say. So, you know, there might have been, the other speakers might be giving you 4 points, 5 points of upgrading in life and all the rest. That's very good. I love that too. I always take note of those type of things too. But I want to quickly share a story with you. Since everybody have been sharing stories this morning. So me too, I want to share one story with people. This is a real life story of someone that I know very well. You know, we're talking about upgrading. Yes. You know, but before, if you look at it another way as well, while we tend to upgrade, there will be something that will cause an action that will make us to say that we want to upgrade. Do you get me? And for all of us that are seated here, I want us to pay attention to this story. This story is a story of a young boy. A young boy, yes, it's a true life story that I know very well. And I want you to pay attention. It might sound a bit boring at some point, but if you are wise enough, you should be able to pick out some lessons from it. So this is a young boy that was born into an average family. The parents were okay, and he was growing as well. They were training him to school. He also was a very good child growing up, brilliant a bit, if not the best in his classes, but at least he was competing against the best in his classes. And he got to a particular point in the journey of the family. I think I'll be trying to pick up the story very well. You know, it's somebody's story. So I'll try to be making sure that I arrange it very well. I need to disjoint it a bit, but I'll connect it. So I mean, we got to a particular point in this boy's journey of life. The father was duped. You know, I told you he was born into an average family. So the father was duped. You know, somebody that was averagely okay. Then this, what's it called? Poverty ran into their family. Really poverty. Really poverty ran into their family. That's why they were sharing the story that I know about. There was a particular period in the journey of their life. For 2 weeks, this young man said they never ate any other food in their house other than eba and okra soup. Are you following? Please pay attention. It's very important. So while this young boy was in secondary school trying to round up his secondary school period, he now felt he now thought that this boy wasn't serious with his life. You know, SS3 he failed most of the papers in his WAEC. He didn't pass it. Was following bad boys in codes. But one laughing part about the journey of this boy was that all through the period that he was behaving nasty, he was moving mad, he wasn't serious, he hardly goes to church. The parents will have to beg him to go to church because he was a Christian. He never smoked nor drink, but he plays gamble a lot. If any bad thing is happening somewhere else, he will be the one to really play behind that bad thing. He will be the one to plan it. Like for example, now when he was in school, maybe they want to beat one teacher, and they want to beat the teacher very well because he went to a public school, and they want to beat the teacher. They want it to be so successful. They will have to go and consult him. It will be the one to take days. You will analyze that okay, this teacher used to take this place while growing up. This teacher used to. That was what he was using his life to do. And he finished secondary school in 2005. That's the young man. When he finished secondary school in 2005, you know, they already do the father doesn't have money again. So all the dreams and aspirations the parents have for this young boy, he was left to just start doing things for himself. So 2006, 2007, he did not go to school. He was just living life anyhow he likes. Are you following? This is the story of one young boy that I want you to learn from. 2006, 2007, he wasn't serious with his life. Not until one particular year, if I'm not mistaken, that's 2007, yes, if I'm not mistaken. He said the mother was, he doesn't go to church. So the mother in the mother's church, they were having a Thanksgiving service. So traditionally, the Yoruba church, when they are calling out the family, the mom wants the boy to also follow her out when they are calling family by family to come and do Thanksgiving, because that's the way they used to do it in our mothers, in the boy's mother's church. So the mom begged this boy that, please, you know what? I don't want you to be the only one that will go outside. Why don't you follow me to church? Then the boy agreed. So when the boy followed the mom to church, they got to church that day, climbed the stairs. The boy said, while they were in Sunday school, there was a beautiful girl sitting beside him. And this boy saw that beautiful girl. So when they closed church, the boy went to the sister. I was like, oh, he saw a beautiful girl inside that church. And the mom was like, the sister was like, hey, but you don't come to this church now. So what are you going to do? So the boy said, no problem. Then the following Sunday, even without the mother begging this boy, he woke up and he went to church street. All because of this girl. Are we following?
Yes, sir.
Please, those of us at the back there, please don't you are following that boy's story. You will learn a lot from it too. Because when there is no action that will cause you to upgrade, at times some of the things you are saying might not really make sense to you. That's why I have to bring example from this boy's story. So the following Sunday, the boy went to church. And as a fine boy, the boy also was trying to say, okay, normal thing that all of us want to do when we are young now. You want to ask the girl out. So when he asked the girl out, so the girl said, no, she's a very devoted Christian. So she said, if I'm going to date you, you have to be this in church, you have to be this in church. So because of this girl, this boy joined almost all the departments in church. Almost everything. Then when God want to catch this boy, I think they said they met themselves in 2007. Yeah, 2007. So later that year, not unknowingly to the boy, the girl was also having feelings for other guys too. So it got to a particular point, this young boy was angry. Are we following this? This young boy was angry. So when this young boy was angry, he confronted. Come on, sorry, please. He confronted. Please, 1 minute. Confronted the girl and he said, I've done everything humanly possible to ask you out. You've given me all the conditions and I've accepted. I've joined this department in church, all these things. I've fulfilled all righteousness. Then the girl said to the boy, this boy had finished secondary school. He went into gambling. He wasn't serious with his life. So the girl now looked at him and the girl was like, is this what you're supposed to be thinking about your life? You are supposed to be thinking how you go to school, how you will be somebody great in life, how you will be this, how you will be that. And this girl was saying a lot of things to that boy. When the boy was narrating to the story to me myself, I said, wow. So what did you do? The boy said he did not do anything, was just looking at her. Then this boy was saying a lot of things to him. Then this boy left and he went back home. He said when he got to, being the fact that the boy was the only son, he's very close to the mom. And the mom knew why he joined the church, because of the girl. So he was angry that he went to the mom's room. And the mom was like, why are you sad? He said, that guy I met in your church. He said this, he said this. As a young boy, he thought, okay, the mother would be like, don't worry. She is a girl, another girl will come. Then the mom said, in Yoruba language now, the mom said, so if I'm to repeat in English, your head is not correct. That one is simpler for some of us to understand. It is a girl that is abusing you and all the rest. Then that boy was like, okay, this girl will be alive, and this girl will see that he will become somebody in life. And that was the catalyst to how that boy upgraded in the journey of his life. But it's unfortunate that this story that I've been narrating since is no story of only other person, but the boy standing before you. You understand? Are we following? Okay, you thought he's not only moving. movie. No, it's the story of my life. And that action was the catalyst that necessitated that upgrade in life. Then the boy started thinking about how he's going to upgrade his status. Okay, I've returned to that boy. Okay, you already know that it's the boy standing before you. Okay, so let me just continue like that. Then the boy, oh sorry, I'm used to that using the boy. Okay, then I decided that this girl will be alive and I'll become somebody. Then after then I started hustling. How many of you know celebrity? You all know celebrities now. The pedestrian one, not the one fashion lab video. Under that celebrity, I sold pure water there. In case you don't know. I sold pure water there. I sold sweet. There's a sweet called Vicks. There's one sweet called Vicks Lemon Plus there. When you lick it, it has one salty aftertaste. I will be pursuing buses, those yellow buses, to sell that sweet. To sell that sweet. At a particular point, one of the jobs I was doing was to now start pasting posters for tutorial centers or companies. How much were they paying us then? 3 for 10 naira. I even employed people, and I was doing. Listen, all of us seated here, majority of us, please, I'm not speaking to the adults in quote to some extent. I'm speaking to these young ones that I'm seeing here. These ones that they are going to be the future engineers, future medical doctors, seated here. That there is a need for you to be serious with your life, because that's one of the ways you can upgrade. There is a need for you to be serious with your life at this young age. There are times that some of us will sit down and will look back and will be like, if not for the grace of God, if not for the grace of God, when I went to University of Lagos, there are days we have to trek when there is no money for transport. From here to Unilag, trek back again. You know, when I contested an election this year in this local government, but we created a massive change. We threatened them. Oh, don't let me use the word threats. You know, some of us might be watching online. Like we shake this community. Then I sat down one day and I was like, this is one young man. If I had not upgraded myself, so I'm saying to everybody seated here this morning, and I'm not here to come and give you points. I'm not here to come and give you that. I'm here to come and cause an action inside you that will make you to start seeing reasons why you need to, one, be serious with your future, and at the same time need to upgrade. See, if you are in some of us that are in secondary school now, there is no better time to be so serious with your life and be committed than this period that you are now. And for some of us that are adults, the same thing. I used to call one of your members in this church can testify to this. The day I called some of my tutors, I think Thompson, the day I called some of my tutors in my office and I sat them down and I was like, listen, so to some extent this one will touch the adults more. So I'm trying to bridge the gap between the young ones and the adults. There was a time I called them in the office and I told them, listen, some of you cannot be teaching in tutorials. And you say, when they want to talk at times, I'm a tutorial owner. I run tutorial in this community. That's how I do. And I told them, I said, you cannot be teaching tutorial. You say you'll be teaching for 20 years and all the rest, and your life still remains the same. It doesn't make any sense. Pastor Femi, that all of you know, once taught in tutorial centers too. If not for the mindset of upgrading, some of you will not gather here to come and, or some people, many of the lives that he has transformed. That day was a bit blunt in my office that day. Pastor Thompson was also sitting there. And I was like, I'm not saying some of you should not teach in tutorial centers, but there are need for you to also support your life with some other things. Because there's one thing my line of business used to do. It used to give fake popularity. Fake popularity. That you feel like, yes, you're on top of the world when you are controlling hundreds of students. Last UTME class, I have over 500 students. And you know when you have over 500 students and everybody is coming to you and saying Sartoni, 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 you feel you're on top of the world. But that's a lie. I studied surveying and informatics engineering. And if not from the Council of Surveying that decided to move mine this year, by this month of October, some of you should not just because I already told the JAMB student that came this year, I said if you want to call me from next year, don't add Sartoni, don't just say Sartoni. You have to add my surveying title to it as a registered surveyor. Because for easy, I am not somebody that, yes, will fold my hands. It is part of upgrading that some of us too felt that, yes, let's throw ourselves into the ring for political purposes. It is not easy. So as a young person seated here, I want you to think deep in your heart. I want you to start seeing yourself. Because listen, you cannot remain in this position for life. I used to draw one pyramid for my students in class, and I always tell them something. Some of the things that some of your age mates used to call pride is not pride. Reason, if I draw the pyramid diagram, I put some lines there. I have two people staying at the edge, that's the lower part of it. I have two people staying at the lower part of it. They are at the same level at that particular point. So when this person is talking, the other person can relate with it because they are at the same level. So when one person moves to the upper part of the pyramid and that one is still there, yes, unconsciously or consciously to that other one, he might still be talking to the other person once in a while, but that one will find the people at his own level, at that current level he is. And that's why some of you that are in SS2 now, the moment some people move to SS3, they start talking to those in SS3. Yes, they might have some of you as friends in SS2, but the relationship won't be that close like the new ones that they just met in SS3. And that's life. And when you now look at it in your one way, they'll say only Beraga. I have many friends, not just to, life is full of grace too, because we should not rule out that part. And when all of us are striving at, we know. But there are some of my mates that we went to secondary school together then, doing some certain things I was mentioning at the beginning of the story. If I look at them today, I give thanks to God Almighty for my life. And it's because some of us decided to say, no, we must upgrade. Listen, every year, people that are close to me in my line of business knows that I bring in new innovations, new things. And to some of us too that are workers in this church, because I want to make sure I touch every aspect one way or the other too. When our pastor, I say I'm Bakamuna, Pastor Femi, when our pastor started releasing some videos on Facebook, yes, I might not have told him this. I used to watch some of the videos, you know, when and you people putting audio to it. There are times the audio doesn't sync at first. Lately, I started watching those videos again. I saw that the audios are started syncing. So to the media department, kudos to you guys. But there are levels at which you can still upgrade more. Some people from these media departments at church, they are making millions of money if you utilize the opportunity. I'm also a media person in my church. So in general, all of us seated here, majorly the young ones, and to some of us that are adults as well, let us sit down, think about our current state, and see that this life is evolving. I then played out my my profile the other time. Some of you should not be shocked that it was done by an artificial intelligence, right? So you seated here, look at your life very well. This present state that you are you comfortable with it? Then today's program, I want it to cause an action inside you that will necessitate the fact that you need to upgrade. Whether you are into one line of business or you are into academics, or that doesn't mean that what you are doing, like what the other speaker, I can't remember who mentioned it, that doesn't mean that what you are doing, you're going to drop it. But you can improve on that stuff. I can boldly say it, there's no tutorial center in this community, in this whole local government, that some of the things we do at my own place, they don't do it. If they are going to be doing it, when we are going to be dropping one, that's when they will catch up with it and we have moved on to another one. And even some people come for lecturing, not pride, just grace of God. They come for lecture and they'll be like, how did you guys do this one? Like, oh, and you know me, I'm a liberal person, I don't have problem. The sky is big enough to accommodate everybody. So we teach them and they move on. But while we are teaching them, we have gone to another one. And that's life for all of us here. So, students, uncles and aunties here, there is a need for us to upgrade. And this program, I want it to cause an action inside you that when you go back home, you see the need for you to what? Upgrade your life. In every aspect, some of you that are students here, I don't believe anybody is done. I don't believe anybody is done. If there is one thing that I did not enjoy very well in the journey of my life, I never went to school the way I wanted it. And that's the reason I used to pay me the most. There's nothing on this earth to some extent, except you just want to, you know, at this journey of our life, we want to satisfy more ambition. But as a young person, there's nothing on this earth that we have not laid our hands on. But you know, normally as human, you will need more. You are not enough. Because the generation that will come after us must not experience some of the things we experience. They must continue. So if you are a student here, there is a need for you. If you think you are the best in your class, have you seen another person before? One of my students will be traveling outside this country next month. Which some of you, because I saw some of the people that came to my JAMB class, their name, his name is, he taught physics. He's the best guy. You can go online and check his name. He's the best graduating student in the University of Ibadan, Faculty of Science, studied physics, graduated with the first class. When this boy was coming to lesson, before coming to lesson, he will have to go and offload, what's it called? Flour for making bread, before coming to lesson. He graduated with the first class and he's going to be traveling outside this country next month on scholarship. He has upgraded himself. I'm going to miss him because he's somebody that, yes, I'm not sure very well. Even because of him, I hardly employ any other physics tutor. He's so brilliant. So if you think you're the best in your class, for some of us that are students here, you need to upgrade yourself. You can go online as well and search for Taiwo Aloba, graduated second class of biochemistry, Federal University of Technology, Akure. She's a twin. One is brilliant, the Kende is brilliant, the Taiwo is, when you say the word door and you say example, you mention Taiwo. Yes, that's how bad Taiwo was. But there was an action on the word we are using, the catalyst. Abi? The day Kende secured admission into school and Kende was going to school, that day wasn't funny. Taiwo nearly committed suicide. And it was that action that caused Taiwo to do what? To upgrade. They got to a particular point, they should combine the brain of Kende and their elder brother together. It's not still half of Kende's own, Taiwo's own. Not still half of when she now dedicated, and you see this book, all of us will know it. I can cite so many numerous examples of how young people upgraded their life. On Saturday, I got a message from one of my very illustrious sons. Somebody that they've rusticated from school before. Yes, one Lekuro school, Yabatek. They rusticated him. We took him up as a boy. You know, one thing about me is that if you are close to me, if it's concerned academics, woman, sorry, don't let me use some language. Because I'm not enjoying what some of you are enjoying now. And he used to pay me for some of you that they are paying high school fees for. And you are not serious. So I took this one as a boy after they rusticated him when the father wanted to give up on him. The day he wants to come and pay for his JAMB registration fee, he got to the junction of the street of entering where my tutorial is, and he saw a big banner there, Bet Naija. He entered there with his JAMB money. He played Bet Naija with it. Yes, but you know what? We still did not give up. Now this young boy that we are talking about, when I wanted to register him for the JAMB, I asked him, what course do you want to study? He said he doesn't know. Please, I don't know if I'm to round up, just let me know. I asked him what course do you want to study. He said he doesn't know that. I said, it's me that want him to go to school, that I should put the course. Okay, I said, okay, I've studied surveying and informatics engineering. So I said, you will study that same course. He said, oh, no, Allah, he doesn't know anything about it. What university do you want to go to? He replied the same answer. He said, you are the one who said I should go to school. Put the school. So I put University of Lagos. That was 2015. The day that boy saw his admission status that he gained admission into University of Lagos, what happened that day wasn't funny. Because when I called him, he was in my office and I said, Yomi, your name is out. You should get admission into school. He just left my office, went to the classroom, didn't utter any statement, just put his head on the table. Not until when I was going home in the night, I went to go and wake, Yomi, let's go. Yomi, what's the problem? He didn't say anything. And when we were going home on that fateful day, he mentioned something. He said, a journey of 8 months wasn't a waste. Now that same young man, this year January, he paid for 21 JAMB forms. Dash out 21 JAMB forms. He works with an offshore company now in Port Harcourt. And he sent me a message on Saturday saying, sir, I'm in UK for a 2-week course. It is true. He said, sir, I'm now a certified LBL surveyor. That was 2015, fast forward to 2025. So there is a need for every one of you, especially the young ones, to start striving and to move from one particular position to another one. That is what they call upgrade. That when you look back, you don't see yourself at that same position anymore. When I look back now, forget it. After that election we contested in the month of August, even as I am like this at the moment, I'm even the one doing shakara now to some people. When you have House of Rep member, people that want to vie for election 2027 coming knocking on your door, what this party is calling you, this one is calling you, this one is calling you. Because what we did in that election, some people even thought I was contesting for chairman. They never knew it was just mere councillor. You know, when I brought in some young people, those who fly drones, those, you know, people that have trained. So when they saw some of our videos, they felt, oh, this guy had 1 million somewhere that wants to use to pursue us. You're wrong. So please, I say to every one of you here, this program should cause an action inside you to see that that level you are, you cannot remain there. You need to keep improving. Some years back now, Pastor Femi, I know him. You know, when I look at him at times, I'm sorry, I'll make fun of him a bit too, because me, I used to look people very well. You know, when he was still doing all this talking up and down, it's one blue suit like that. I'm sorry, let not say that hard. It's one blue suit like that. One blue suit like that. You now put tie. But if you look at him now, he has done what? Has elevated. Eyes have not seen, nor has he entered into the heart of man what God wants to do with many of you seated here. But it is you that will make that decision today to say that you want to do what you want to upgrade your life, so that when you look back to this day and you'll be like, yes, you did it. Thank you. God bless you.